This town has been unbearable, lifeless, filled only with boredom, propaganda, and control. I've tried to escape, and I've failed this time. But I'll find a way. They call me Mr. Prepper.
Well, hey, look, I remember to turn my microphone on, guys. Super awesome. Good, super awesome. Whitetail, gotcha. Good morning. Good morning. Let's see, who else do we have in the chat here? We've got Blaine. We've got the old Dog and Ball. Looks, we've got a handful more here someplace. Everybody needs to check in. And on my TikTok, I'm using nothing but cellular, so it may be slightly degraded. I'm not exactly sure what's going to happen. I just don't want to take the chance that I'll lose my internet once again. Hey, Mama. Let's see here. We've got Fire Lives here. Good. We got people checking in here. RC showed up. Nice. Got the YouTube, got the TikTok, got the YouTube, got the TikTok. I don't know that anybody actually does this but me. Let's see. Yay for working mics. Well, they work just fine, Dog and Ball, but it's just the operator malfunction correlation. Let's see here. Do me a favor on the TikTok side. Looks like there's 100 of you. TikTok is telling me that more likes can draw more viewers. Do me a favor if you could start smashing that like button or just hover over it, as I've been told works really, really well. Even though there's no button, you just do it on the screen somehow. If you could do that for me, that would be great. I've got 247,000 followers on TikTok. I'm not really, I don't really need your likes. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate what you're doing. Let's see. RC says TikTok was degraded since day one. Of course it is. It's not perfect. Nothing's perfect. YouTube screws up all the time. I'm going to show you guys how badly on the YouTube side YouTube screws up. Let's see here. John Harold. Good morning. TikTok freezing. YouTuber is better. So obviously TikTok is not doing super great right now. I'm going to bet John that the sound is good, but the video is not great. In fact, it's losing connection. So let's go from there. So John says that TikTok is freezing. YouTube is better. So come on over. If you're on the TikTok side, come on over to the YouTube. Link is in my bio. It's right on the front page. You can't miss it. It'll say YouTube. And click on that, and that'll bring you on over to the YouTube side. Okay, so as usual, only my YouTube. Well, actually, no, the sound won't come out here, but yeah, let's break the algorithm real quick, and let's do this right.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Just me talking. There we go. One of these days I'm going to actually learn to time that properly so it's not like this black screen in there. I'll get it sooner or later. Hey, on the TikTok side, obviously I'm being told that it's freezing up, but is the audio still good on TikTok? Please let me know. All right, so funny stuff, guys. I'm going to go ahead and switch over here to, I want to show you guys something right now. We're going to hit the refresh button. And it's really quite, it's kind of hilarious. It doesn't affect us in any way, shape, or form. But I want you guys to know that things are not always as they seem, and they rarely are working correctly. So what you're looking at right now is, this is actually my channel content on YouTube. It shows all the videos that I make. This is on the streaming side right here. If you have just regular videos, then it'll show you like all the videos that you've made. It's a little bit more detailed. If you have a YouTube channel, whether you make YouTube videos or not, you're going, oh, that's not, I really probably shouldn't have pushed that button. We're going to go back to the live side. Well, here's what I wanted you to see. So in my morning briefs, every morning brief, and I'm going to get another one on this one too, I get a copyright claim. So I see the details. You guys are going to love this. So the Pledge of Allegiance, and it says I'm not affected, it's public, and it's not eligible to be monetized, which is fine because I don't monetize anyway. But they're literally saying that the Pledge of Allegiance is owned by Lee Greenwood, and that the copyright owners are UMG on behalf of EMI, which is their music companies. So it's hilarious. The Pledge of Allegiance is being sung by Lee Greenwood, but you guys clearly didn't hear Lee Greenwood sing that song, that Pledge of Allegiance. I know for sure that is not what happened. But I wanted to show that to you guys because the algorithm is just flat out stupid. It just will do whatever the hell it wants to do. The old T1000 is running the show, and yeah, well, let's just say that it cannot be trusted. All right, so let's go ahead and, matter of fact, let's refresh this page and see if we've got that strike yet. I actually think it's kind of funny. Maybe the strike comes after, well, maybe we'll look at it later. All right, so the next thing I wanted to talk about is actually TikTok related. I got a message this morning from, let's see, I want to say his name correctly, Sam Be Ready. He's another TikToker, and he had literally made a TikTok video that has nothing but Kydex holsters, where there's like 4 Kydex holsters sitting on a table, and he's like, yeah, let me take that one, and that's it. It's a 10-second video. It literally got struck down within seconds of being put on, and there's a possibility that it was the TikTok, but more than likely it was a troll. So I made this little video right here. I hope it plays out right here. Obviously, my TikTok people will only be able to hear it. They won't be able to see it. So we're going to go ahead and play it real quick.
Listen, I got a small problem I want you to help me with. I've got a friend of mine named Sam. I'm gonna link him in these things here. And well, he's got a hater. And so like his videos, within seconds are being struck down, and he's not doing anything wrong. So what I want you to do is I want you to go help this guy out. I want you to go follow him. That'll bring more attention to him via TikTok. And it'll be harder for people to start doing those stupid things. And as you know, I'm in the process of working with TikTok to kind of fix this trolling problem. That's all I want you to do. No money. Send me money. I want your firstborn. No, nothing like that. Just go. And the guy seems to have his shit in one bag. Excuse my French. But he really is like a prepper. He's not joking around. And he's got some solid content that makes a lot of sense. So do me a favor. Go take a look at him. Hit that, I guess, subscribe to him. But yeah, give the guy a little love. I think he needs it. I think he deserves it too. He's really doing a lot of work. And I don't think he's getting enough recognition. All right, guys, until the next time, stay safe, have a great day, and I'll see you when I see you. If you're not part of my Patreon, you should be, because that's the kind of shit that I bring to the game. Bye-bye.
Okay, so clearly that was a promo for Sam Be Ready. And no, I'm not a paid actor. Well, technically I am, just not in this particular thing. That's actually another story, another video that I'm working on. So what we need to do, just remember, is that the systems that we're working within are far from perfect, and that, yeah, there are people out there that will hate on us for the things that we do or the things that we say, and then we just need to just go and move on, because those people are just not worth your time. Let me go ahead and switch screens here real quick. Obviously, I'm going to stay away from politics today, and the reason is because, yeah, I think yesterday we got enough of it. You know what? I need my straw. 1 second. All right, so on the TikTok side, I'm going to try and connect to the internet, and hopefully it will not degrade on the YouTube side. If on the YouTube side things start getting stupid, please just tell me, and I will disconnect TikTok, so that because this particular stream is going to be more visual than audio. Let's see. We got a conversation going over here. Good morning. TikTok freezing, YouTube better. Correct. Yeah, Maddie, we actually had somebody else in here from Australia yesterday. It was kind of neat. Born and unborn. I don't know what that means. Just had to check a sick sheep in the field in the dark, midnight here. Well, that always sounds fun. How many? Bradley says, how many months supply do you think is a good idea to have? I always tell people to have no less than 3 months supply. You got to start someplace, but you always have at least 3 months supply. All right, let's try this again. And that's all my vegetables for the day. And that's all my fruit for the day. Here we go. Let's get the rest of this down real quick, and then we will move on to the next subject, which is actually kind of interesting. Done. Let's see here. So my current is at 8 months is good. I mean, if you're happy, I mean, how much do you want to have? You know, how much at work? So I'll be in and out. Got you, Fire Life. Bradley. I mean, it all depends on what you personally feel. What am I drinking? I am drinking Fiber and Spice. It comes with your Balanced by Nature fruit and vegetables. This stuff is magical. I don't want to turn this into a commercial, but yeah, I do sell it. Links in the bio. Go to products that I support. Okay, so born and unborn is how I end the play. I got you. Okay, so very interesting things are happening that we as preppers need to be thinking about and be cognizant of. And one of the things... I got this email, and I don't want to. I can't show it to you guys, so I'll just read it to you. Okay, it came from a company that appears to be American, but when you go down the rabbit hole, it still is. It's every connection that I've made so far seems to be American. So I'm very happy with that. And so let me just read this to you guys. Listen to this real quick. Does it taste good? It doesn't really have a taste, Jim. You're basically just drinking fiber is what it really is. But they've got some spices in it, the spices that clean you out, basically. No, it doesn't really clean it. I have had no negative effects from it whatsoever. Haven't had any emergency things that I had to do. It just makes things go. You know, I have zero problems with it. Okay, so back to the email. So check this out. Here we go. Hey, wanted to contact you as I have been following your content on TikTok and wanted to see if you would be open for a collaboration. Let's see what he has to say. I'm the owner of the Homegrown Garden, which is a seed and garden company located in Oregon. I was hoping to connect with you to see if you'd be interested in our large seed packs like this one, and he sent me a link. So I took a look at the link. Hold on, I think I can bring that. Or you know what? I'll just click it right now. And it's not an affiliate link. Let me go ahead and flip the screens here for you guys. If you guys are on TikTok, I'm sorry, but you should be on my YouTube. Let's see here. We're using the big screen. There we go. So, and that's what it came down to. You know, I didn't really like the price, but then what I started to look at was some of the variables, like their heirloom vegetable seeds, and you can vary them. One of the things that I don't like about these giant packs of seeds is that there's lots of stuff in there that I personally won't eat. Or that is temperamental based off of temperature, you know, so I kind of select the things. But then I scroll down here and I start looking at, okay, so there's the 10 seed pack, and what's it got in it? You know, let's see, we've got some kale. I'll never eat that, but I'll eat some carrots. I'll eat some radishes. It's a good thing on the side of the table. Some bush beans and some peppers. I'll eat all those things. Tomatoes, I'll eat the hell out of some tomatoes. We got some Paris Island lettuce. That's a very robust lettuce. I'll eat that. Some sugar peas, yeah. Some cucumbers, I'll eat those. Not a fan of that kind of broccoli. But I mean, if it'll grow, I'll eat it, you know. So what I basically did was I messaged them back and I said, yeah, you know, thanks for reaching out. I'm interested. What do you have in mind? And they sent me this other email back. I can get a sip of coffee here. And they said, would be interested in sending you some of our seed packs and letting you do your thing on social media. We have seen this to usually be the best form of interactions we have gotten. I would just like to get an understanding of what type of content you would make with our product, but happy to send you several of our packs. Let me know if that works for you. And his name is EJ. You know, I basically told him, I said, it sounds good. I need a pack of heirloom seeds that have some cold-tolerant vegetables in them. We can get them into the ground soon and harvest them by October. Basically, what I'm going to do is I'll plant a garden and I'll make multiple videos, and obviously I'll put it on TikTok, I'll put it on YouTube. But the reality is that we'll be able to see if these heirloom seeds are actually worth what they are, And the nice thing too is, if he's going to send me seeds, that's dynamite, and if they're heirloom, that's super duper. But the reality is I can turn half of that produce from a small garden into more heirloom seeds. Cha-cha. And I think that everybody should be doing the same thing as well. Hey, what's up, Ty? So I want to let you guys know what was going on. If you're a member of the Patreons, then you know that I always try to strike a deal with these companies. And when they say, okay, is there anything else? I say, yeah, basically I want a code for my Patreons, things like that. See, I got some and not one seed grew. Randy, you know what, Randy, I'm sorry, but I don't believe you. And I don't believe you because the whole big GMO seeds that only, you can't use GMO seeds from something you bought at Walmart. And yeah, tell that to my cucumber factory, Broseph. Now, if you're going to say that not a single thing grew, I'm going to call bonk on that. All right. I'm just going to call 100% bonk on that. Seeds do get old. Seeds do die. They're normally good for at least 5 years. The reality is that you're going to buy bad seeds, but if you have a reputable company, then you don't have to worry about those things. So that's something that I'm going to be looking into. They came out of a survival seed vault. Well, how old was the seed vault? Once again, like I said, they're only normally good for about 5 years. All right, let's see. So we talked about that, and then what was weird was then this pops up on the same damn day, and I want you guys to listen to this. Okay, I'm going to make this big screen for you so you can see it a little bit better. This lady is legit. She is legit. Okay, so and what's it say? Warning: seed shortages. Seed shortages.
So do you
I'm going to mute my mic here real quick.
Seeds in your prep list? I said it. Seeds, baby. Tomatoes, squash, pumpkin, lettuce, herbs, corn. Keep going. What do you like to eat? Because you are going to have to understand how to grow food, how to work with others on how to grow food. And I want to let you know that seeds may be one of the most important items in your entire prep list or in your pantry, however you want to call it, okay, for barter. So yesterday morning, my phone went buzz, right? And I thought, okay, somebody's texting me, what's the deal? And I walk over, and it is my farm supply store, my number one place that I always shop with. I've been shopping with them for almost 10 years. A wonderful family, and they texted twice yesterday in the morning saying that they had spoken with their supplier and that if you are basically giving a heads up, if you want seeds, you better be putting them away right now because a lot of items are expected to be in short supply for next year. Or, basically, what if you don't get them at all? This is not the first time that we have talked about this rodeo. I have made several videos talking about this. There's another seed company in Knoxville that was basically saying the same thing several weeks ago. This is why I have told all of you out there, and now if you're new, you may have missed it, but I have been saying for weeks and months that you need to be seed saving if you are homesteading, farming, gardening, whatever you want to call it, okay? If you got something growing, don't just put it all away and not keep something back for next year from it if you can. It is going to be incredibly critical that not only do you know how to grow food, but you better have the items to grow the food, okay? This could be something that we see as time ticks forward with all the problems that we are quickly moving into and continuing to move into. Seeds, well, it could be as important as gold or silver. So as I've said in previous videos, if you are like me right now, a lot of harvest it's harvest time. A lot of things are coming in. I still have tomatoes on the vine, even though it's kind of slowing down. I'm still having a lot of beans coming in. My corn is coming in. okra, etc., etc. And, you know, if you get in the habit like I'm in, and a lot of farmers and homesteaders, then you automatically already know that you're going to leave a certain amount to go to seed, or you're going to cover so it will dry so then you have seed, or you're going to pull those items, bring them in, and seed save from them. There is no loss when you add that addition in terms of what you're doing with your food, with your harvest, okay? Because a lot of people get really disappointed, and I do too, if you feel like you have had a major bust in your garden this year. Maybe you just got 1 or 2 of this or 1 or 2 of that. Listen, don't look at it that way. Take that as an opportunity to learn how to seed save and to seed save. If you only get 1 pumpkin, take the opportunity to take the guts out of that pumpkin, honey. Wear the guts out of that pumpkin. You save every one of those seeds and you make you 1 delicious pie. You got to enjoy that delicious pie, but you know what? You have another 50 or to 100 potential chances to grow more pumpkins next year, because 1 pumpkin, if you've ever, how many seeds can there be in the middle of 1 pumpkin? It's like how many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop? Right? So the potential is endless. But what we do understand is that we have continual supply chain issues. Guys, we have inflation out the yang-yang, okay? I will say this in every video if given the opportunity. Do not let the drop in these gas prices fool you whatsoever. You're not out of the woods, honey. You're getting dragged deeper into the woods, okay? And you have to think of your preparedness for you, your family, and your farm. Even if you're in an apartment, you may not always be in that apartment. You never know what to a year from
Okay, so obviously that was kind of ironic that it happened at the same exact time, and that the reality is that people talk to people, and these are a thing. These are absolutely a thing right now, and I do recommend that you guys do it. I'm actually going to be extending the garden with the seeds that this company sends me. Obviously, we'll track everything that happens. But I want you guys to be doing the same thing. I would definitely take a look at, you know what, let me see here. Let me get you something that's easier to read. I would definitely be looking at those in particular, and the reason is because they're the cheapest ones. They're only 16. Seeds are not cheap anymore. Seeds are getting expensive because the companies are realizing that this is going to be an issue in the future. Now, I think, let me check. Let's see, rural vicinity, 5 acres, hobby, just a few sheep. Okay, so Maddie's talking about his farmland there in Australia. Let's see here. Missy says this is boring. Let's see. Hold on a second. Let me take care of Missy here. Missy, let's see what Missy is. There we go. Okay, so Missy, your screen just changed. I hope you have a great day. I'm sorry to have bored you so much. Who do you recommend I buy seeds from? Well, there used to be this. If you can get seeds locally, that's going to be better, because that's going to be, and I don't mean from Walmart. I mean locally, like from local farmers or from local growers that actually sell seeds. And the reason is because those seeds are going to Jazz Jam. No, it's okay. I don't know who you are, Jazz Jam. Time for a Costco run. Right now, just getting seeds is the important thing. Now, you do need to look at, if you're buying seeds in the package from Walmart, you definitely need to be looking at those seeds. And they do have dates on the back of them. And just use common sense. You need a modern. Why do I need a modern haircut, John? I mean, come on. I mean, it's just easier to change your screen and do something a little bit more progressive. John, dye the beard? Yes, the girlfriend dyes the beard for me. I do look much younger with it, but it's been a tough month. And if you know anything about me, then you know what I've been going through for the last month, and it's just not high on the list, you know. But right now, just get the seeds. You know what I'm saying? In the particular case of like the link that I shared with the YouTube people, because obviously I can't do, you know, with TikTok, buy the least expensive ones and germinate those and see what happens. If they germinate well, then you're probably okay. You can go buy some more. Just pay attention to those dates that are on the packages. Let's see. All right, so I think that was ironic. The seeds. I'm not showing you guys that. I'm a dummy. Hold on a second. We were talking about these particular seeds, which I've actually shared a link to. And so, but be smart about it and check to make sure that they have the vegetables that you want if you're going to be paying for them. You know what I'm saying? Just don't go out and get the big pack, because it might be loaded with stuff that you may not be able to grow in your region. It may not be a good grow in your region, you know. So I would definitely be looking at that. Let's see. What was the next thing that we wanted to talk about this morning? Because I think we've pushed the point on the seeds more than enough. I think the next thing that I want to talk about this morning is so I got this article, and it's from the Organized Prepper. They generally write reasonably good stuff, and let me make that a little bit bigger for you. There you go. You know, so I started reading it, and it started making a lot of sense, because the first thing that I tell people about food that, hey, what's up, Black Fox? The Black Fox. I know who the Black Fox is. Cha-chow. I don't recognize that icon, but I know who you are. So, you know, I do recommend having some of this. They call it. It's bothersome because it's something, but it's also not something. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because, so the name of the article is The Pros and Cons of Emergency Food Buckets. Now, I eat my preps, okay? I am an advocate for My Patriot Supply. I do sell it. It is in my products, my supported products list on my webpage. Some of this stuff is crap. It's utter crap, but it will keep you alive just long enough for you to poop your guts out. And that's literally what will happen. Do libraries still have seeds? Are they hidden seed libraries inside the library? Come on, Ty. So I advocate purchasing these, what they're calling emergency food buckets. But the thing is to have food to only eat in an emergency is a total fallacy, you know. Mary, my website address is actually the link in my bio, but it'll take you to localprepper, all one word, .net. Localprepper.net. I like the My Patriot Supplies because it actually tastes good, and it doesn't make me go to the bathroom, you know, 4 times a day. That's one of the problems with these freeze-dried as well as dehydrated foods, is that we rarely get enough hydration in our bodies that we truly need every day. But you know, then we're going to put food that has been either dehydrated or freeze-dried that requires hydration in our bodies, and then thus it dehydrates us, and thus it goes right through us, and we probably don't get as many nutrients. But some of the things is that they wrote was actually pretty interesting. So here's why emergency food buckets are useful. Please understand that the emergency food buckets, while vital, should not be the entirety of your food storage or your everyday diet. They are only part of the picture of a perfect pantry. I think that that's an absolutely true statement. I do, like I said, I do eat my preps. I do eat my Patriot Supply stuff. I do order that stuff, and it comes in, and it gets rotated. I mean, yeah, it lasts for 25 years if I never open the bucket. But the problem is that that's food, and if you did the cost analysis, it's like $3.50 to feed someone one meal out of one of these buckets. It's $10 to get the Big Mac meal at McDonald's. So as far as cost effective, it's actually more cost effective to be ordering these things and eating them. And I'm not saying every meal. I'm not saying going into survival mode, because to me, this is survival food. And there are some people, there's one couple that have a YouTube channel that does nothing but all they eat is a food called Thrive. And it's all freeze-dried food, and they swear by it. And I have about a year's worth of Thrive underneath my bed, so I'm not overly concerned about, starving. But, that's... If you're going to go that route, then go that route, and then change your diet, and then add things to the diet. For instance, when I did the videos for the oatmeal for My Patriot Supply, that's right, I actually did videos for My Patriot Supply. They paid me. It was very difficult because they had to be like these 1-minute TikTok videos that I've yet to see used, but I made the money off of it. I think I'll put one out later today. Hey, Pink Sun, nice to meet you. First time here, love it. Need to learn how to grow my own food. It's absolutely simple to do. Let's see. I know you have set topic, but I wanted to ask you about long-term egg storage. Okay, Chef, we can talk about that. Don't let me forget about it, and then we'll cover that after we get done talking about this. Let's see here. So some of the benefits, that being said, that why every prepper should have some emergency food buckets stashed. One, a lot of calories can be condensed into a very small amount of space. Absolutely true. Part of my Go plan revolves around 2 buckets that I have that will give me, probably a couple weeks worth of food. If you have the capability to boil water during emergency, filling a meal can be yours. I think that's okay, but you know what? You don't need to boil water to rehydrate dehydrated food or food that has been freeze-dried. You don't have to have the hot water. It just happens faster. Let's see here. They add variety and speed to emergency food supply. Yes, absolutely. Something goes wrong. It's supper time. We're moving up on supper time. There's a hurricane. The power goes out. Oh, what do I do? Let's boil some water and eat some freeze-dried food. And then it solves the problem instead of, so where have you worked? Where have I worked? Okay, I'll play your game, Pink Sunflower. I'm 20 years Marine Corps active duty and 13 years as a DoD contractor before I decided that the government was done playing with my life. I hope that answers your question. Let's see here. Let's see. Look up egg glass. Exactly. Maddie is exactly right. Egg glassing. Let's see here. Calorie for calorie, they're the lightweight and easily portable in the event of a bug out scenario. Lightweight and portable is anything because, a lot of people don't think about, it's like water storage and food storage. You start storing a lot of food, those shelves better be strong, and you better have built them reinforced. And then you may have to actually start thinking about the strength of your floorboards. That makes sense now. I see why you know these things. I appreciate it, Pink. I think it would be cool to have you as an uncle. Maybe. I've got stories. Let's see here. They're professionally packed and have up to 25-year shelf life, so you can get them. Oh, excuse me. Stick them in the back of your closet. Forget about them until you need them. It's difficult to find any other food sources that will last that long. Absolutely true, because they're freeze-dried. Let's see here. You can't actually do that. Well, you can to an extent, but you can't actually do that with dehydrated food. But there's a lot of variables that go into that equation. So. Let's see. Now, some of the cons of these food buckets is the emergency food buckets, they contain, or we're just going to call them food buckets because it's not an emergency, contain processed foods. Well, we eat a lot of processed foods whether we like it or not. It's that easy. If we can eat non-processed foods, dynamite. But, in these scenarios, in these situations, in these crisis events, food is food. Emergency food buckets are more expensive than purchasing in bulk from the grocery store. Absolutely not true. However, stuff from the grocery store won't last 25 years. Ba-ching! The freeze drying process is actually an expensive process. That's why freeze dried food is so expensive. What's the best container for storing water? Well, there's actually a lot of them, Deborah, but I always recommend it, and I like to be mobile, so I always recommend that you buy the blue water jugs. I think I can't remember. I think they're like aqua blue or something like that. You can find them on my website. If you go to my store, my Amazon store is set up for preppers in specific categories, so it's easy to find things you're looking for. And then you can buy them there. And if you don't want to do that, then you can go to Walmart, go to the camping section, and they will sell them there as well. Do not buy the gray ones. The gray ones are crap. Always buy the blue ones. Let's see here. Let's see. Ways to use emergency food buckets and still be healthy. Okay. Look for products that are non-GMO and don't contain MSG. Good luck with that. Look for buckets that help you maintain your current diet. For example, these buckets are guaranteed to be gluten-free. Okay, if you like the gluten-free stuff, then that's you. If that's a physical requirements you have, then definitely look into those. I know that My Patriot Supply does some of that. Add other nutrients to your basic buckets. Consider stocking a variety of long-term freeze-dried foods such as fruits, vegetables, meats, cheese powder, peanut butter, eggs, and milk. Absolutely. If you're looking at freeze-dried food, see, one of the problems with these buckets is that they're focused on dried. What's the word I'm looking for here? Non-protein based items, grains. What is it? Damn it. Things made with wheat. Like macaroni, things like that, pasta-based or oats-based, because those things are very easy to freeze dry because they're already very dry, and they're also very easy to hydrate, and they will last frickin' forever. Whenever you start talking about any level of protein past probably about 2 grams, you're going to start to run into storage problems because there's oil in meats, and those kind of they degrade the storage time. It's a lot of times. One of the things that I learned when making the videos for My Patriot Supply was that just they would use very specific verbiage to say it's 25 plus years or at least 20. You know what I'm saying? They never lock themselves in, which is very smart because they're just telling the truth. But that makes you think. It's like, okay, why are you mixing these things in? Because what these companies will do is they'll mix freeze-dried in with dehydrated. And that now you had this one storage limit, but the reality is it's here. So now it's got to come down to here. You see what I'm saying? So it's just food for thought. If there's nothing bad about it whatsoever, but what you have to do is you just have to look at it realistically and see what you're actually purchasing. I recommend that people get the 2-week buckets from My Patriot Supply because I think it's an excellent start. They are a bit pricey. There's no denying that. But once again, if you looked at it from the cost perspective, it's like $3.50 per meal. It's really nothing when you think about it. We just see this big number and we go, "Whoa, I can't afford that." I would tell people to put aside small amounts of money until you have the amount of money that you need to buy it, and then once you have it, now you can start putting it in your rotation. How long does YJ says? How long does canned meat actually last? Canned at home, that is. You're probably looking at about a year. Now, I know people that'll say and have proven that it will go longer, but it has a lot to do with the process that you use to can the meat. And it has a lot to do with the meat itself. Were there other ingredients that are not as well stored as some other things? And hey, good morning, Doublemint. So you have to really look at that. I would probably say about a year would be safe. How much does freeze-dried food? Not much freeze-dried here in Australia. I believe that. Dehydrate, vacuum, heat seal. Yeah. There's a lot to be said for dehydrating your own food and then vacuum sealing it. But once again, make sure that when you store it, that you take the appropriate precautions so that botulism doesn't sneak in on you. And that is what a lot of people forget is that botulism can only live in an oxygen-free environment. If there's any oxygen in the bag whatsoever or container, it can't grow. So just kind of remember that, and it's kind of a conundrum because it's like you vacuum seal it, then you throw an oxygen absorber inside of it, and so it sucks all the oxygen out of there, which is what you really want. But then somebody tells you, like me, that it can only grow in an oxygen-free environment, and you're like, well, crap, what do I do now? 99% of the time, it's fine. The other thing too is to remember that if you just cook the hell out of your food, you can't get botulism because it will die off at about 240 degrees. So you've got to get the temperature up to kill it off. Let's see. So how many days do you think we need to prep for? I always tell people to prep for 3 months. How do you survive atomic attacks if you're downwind from a military base? Well, I mean, you're assuming that that's a target. Not all military bases are targets. If you're downwind from someplace, you need to move or be in a protected position. Let's see here. Yeah, I mean, Maddie, I have to... I do the same thing that Sam Be Ready does with my rice. I buy it in the little packets, and then I will vacuum seal that exact packet. One of the problems that a lot of people don't know is that you can't just put rice inside of a vacuum bag and vacuum it, because sooner or later it will punch a hole. Rice have tiny little points on the end of the piece of rice, and it will eventually pop a hole in it. Believe it or not, coffee beans will do the same thing. They'll eventually grind a hole inside of your bag, even if you use like the 7mm bags. It'll still do it. So by keeping it inside of its own bag, and then that solves two problems. One, it won't punch a hole in your vacuum seal bags. 8mm Mylar. I don't know that I've ever seen 8mm Mylar, but it's not an impossibility. Let's see. But it also solves two problems. One, it solves the punch through the whole bag problem, and then it also solves the portioning problem, because it's like, so you just bought 25 pounds of rice, right? And the apocalypse just came and went, and you're just trying to survive, and you're opening up this 25. Now what do? You've got this 25-pound bag of rice that you've preserved, and now it's automatically going to start its degradation process. Whereas if it were smaller portions, then you would have a little bag to open versus a giant bag. Now, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying that it opens up a problem. So it also makes it easier to freeze the rice, too. It's already in its bag. You could literally just freeze that rice, and then kill off whatever's in it, take it out, let that sucker thaw it in the air, and then vacuum seal that puppy up, and that solves a lot of your problems. Virginia, Sandy. Sandy, I'm currently on the eastern shore of Virginia right now. If you go to the YouTube, well, actually, if you get in my Discord, maybe we can hook up. Let's see. And I meant that in a non, you-know-what way. Always looking for local preppers. That's why we're the local preppers. Let's see. Same here. Rice, balsamic brown rice will go rancid, dude. Yeah. The Maddie brings up the process of the brown rice. Yeah, you never want to prep brown rice. I don't have a problem with eating it. I love it. I make it as much as possible, but you never prep a brown rice because it has oils in it that will make the rice go rancid. It won't store long term. In fact, if you have it long term, get it out. You probably need to throw it out at this point. Let's see here. Somebody asked a pretty big question on the TikTok side. Let's see here. Bama says, shit, I don't know what something just happened. Hold on a second. All right, so the less than days video, 720, well over 10 days now. Has anything changed? Just asking. Bama, that was all about the wheat, man. That was all about the wheat shortages. We are currently in the process of a wheat shortage. It's just not being advertised. You can literally go to any one of your stores and you'll see anything that's made with wheat or cooking oil is in a shortage right now. They're just not talking about. Let's see here. Do you think World War 3 is coming? I have no idea, but if it does, I'll be as ready as I possibly can. Let's see. I'm not seeing. I don't see anything there. What do we got here? Nothing there. Okay, so now the let's see. There are many other brands of emergency foods. Some are more expensive, some are less. So flavor varies, as does quality. Mountain House. Don't you ever, if I ever find any of you buying Mountain House crap, I don't know what I'll do. It's absolutely awful. I did a video on it on YouTube. It's bad. It's really bad. Augustin Farms, very, very good food. Ready Wise, good food for Patriots. I've never had, but I've heard 50%. Let's see. If you're surviving solely on emergency food buckets, you may want to stock some additional items to yourself just to feed as healthy as possible. Some people find themselves constipated from this type of food. Gentle laxatives. See, now you need laxatives. Here's what you do. Listen, all you guys have to do is just stock the things that you use to make your regular food better. Butter. Learn to make butter. There's a thought. Salt, pepper, spices, thickening agents. They make these some thickening agents that are not even like that don't even require heat, and they're super cheap. We used to use them when we were doing the shake craze, and you just put a little bit of this just a sprinkle of it in your shake, and it'll thicken that sucker right up. Cold, ice cold too. You can buy that to maybe thicken something that's watered down. No, it's not cornstarch. It's actually a chemical. Maybe one day I'll dig it out and tell you guys about it. Let's see. But those things that make your regular food taste better are the things that you should have on hand. When I was doing the My Patriot Supplies video for oatmeal, the oatmeal is good. The oatmeal absorbed a lot of water, which I think is great, because that means that it was really dehydrated and it was more than just crushed oats. And it tasted good. It tasted like oatmeal. But that's when I realized, hey, listen, I like sliced apples in my oatmeal. I like cinnamon. I like sugar. I like maple syrup. I like all those things that are like make things yummy. And that's how you make this kind of food or any other food taste even better, you know. My boyfriend is mad at the spices I have. He is going to appreciate them one day. Exactly, just me, River. Exactly. You know, if you guys have watched any of my videos where I'm actually out camping and cooking, yeah, you got to have the spices. You got to have the hot sauces. You got to have all that stuff that take your food up a notch, that would make Gordon Ramsay happy. You know, those are the kind of things that you got to have. Otherwise, you know, I mean, that goes with my motto. You know, survival sucks. I'm going to thrive. Let's see. Do you have the 1 second after books? No, I sure don't. 40 Smith and Wesson. I'm not. It's not that I don't want to read these things. It's just that in my brain, I have so many survival books that I was required to. I mean, I went through some of the top-notch survival schools in the Department of Defense. And so some of these books, it's just like, it's very boring to me. And I would rather just try to share the knowledge that I have, because although I don't know everything, and I'll be the first one to admit it, and I always assume that I'm the dumbest guy in the room, what I will tell you is that I can't even watch these survival shows, because I watch these people make these mistakes that, you know, within the first 24 hours you should have done something about, but because it's a TV show, that it's stretched into 4 episodes of stupidity. Let's see. What storage container to use for bulk airtight storage? I use food grade 5-gallon buckets with Gamma Seals, if you can still find them. If not, there's some knockoffs that are just as good. You just have to check the seals themselves and make sure. One of the problems with the even with the Gamma Seals is that that black seal cord of black rubber that's inside that it actually creates the gamma seal itself, the screw-on gamma part of it. Those are put together with heat. So literally, it's like they just stretch they stretch it into a circle and they heat it together, and that's the first fracture point of any one of those seals. So let's see, people, it's good to prep in general because it's getting bad and it will get worse. Yeah, blue-eyed girl, you're absolutely right. It's going to get worse. Now, how bad it will get, I don't know. I'm not a fortune teller. I don't know that there's any gypsy blood in my system, which is not a bad thing. But I can't. I'm not Nostradamus, and I can't tell you. I can only read the tea leaves that are put in front of me and tell you what I might do, or give you ideas to consider in your prepper journey, because it is. It's like every day there's something new. I mean, I'm reorganizing my pantry right now based off of a current move. I'm finding that there's some things that I don't need, and I'm finding that there's things that I do need that I don't have. There's a lot of different things. So let's see. Beef is going to be abundant for a minute, but buy it up. You won't have any more. There seem to be some beef issues that are not being advertised. If you, remember the Great Chicken Problem? Those are things. Those are things. Let's go ahead and switch back over to just me talking, and then I'm going to switch screens here real quick and see what else we have right here. Let's see. So it looks like we're doing pretty good on the live stream. Love gamma lids for storage. Yeah, they are super awesome. You just have to, with the gamma lids, what you have to do is you have to look at things logically. Is this something that I'm not going to open for 25 years? If it's not something that I'm going to open for 25 years, or say 5 years, then just put a regular a regular lid on it. Those have good rubbers inside of them. And if you have to, you could actually make your own. If the rubber inside of it cracks up and goes bad, the bucket itself is primarily just to protect from rodents. If you know anything about the storage process, that's really what it is. It's for protecting it from rodents and for protecting it from the environment. And then that's why you have the Mylar bags inside, because those will take care of the light problem, the moisture problem, the temperature problem, that's why that's the way to do it. That's the way to store that stuff. Are there other ways? Yes. I actually have buckets that have a gamma lid on them, but they just have vacuum packed bags inside of them, just regular old vacuum sealed packs. What are you selling? I sell lots of stuff, user. What are you buying? Let's see. I sell lots of stuff. You open Pandora's box, Broseph. So I sell lots of stuff, but everything that I do sell is stuff that I actually own, use, have tested, or back 100%. So what's your favorite water filter? My favorite water filter right now for large size is going to be a Berkey style filter, but there are some other ones out there that if you do water filtration on the day-to-day, there's a company out there that makes a Berkey style water filtration system that is made of glass. I like it. I don't know about its condensation issues, but I've been told by several people within my group that it makes the water taste so much better. If you're talking about water filtration on the personal level or on the survival level, then I would recommend the water drop. I actually sell the water drop, and the reason I do is because it fucking works. It comes self-packed. This little bitty thing that's basically looks like a life straw. You can turn it into a gravity bag. It'll do 100,000 gallons if you take care of it. It's crazy. Do I recommend a specific solar generator? I'm not sure if I do that, but I will tell you that if you're going to do anything up to the 1000s, I say use a Jackery. They're the best. That's a Jackery 290 that I just showed you. That ran my portable refrigerator for like 36 hours and only got down to like 26% battery life. That thing has been sitting on the wall. Hold on a second. Has been there for 30 days. 100%. I don't know if you guys can read that or not. Let me try something here. Stupid. Oh, what's that? I don't know if you can read it. It's been on there for 30 plus days. Actually 40 now. Today's the 10th. Still 100%. So I do recommend those, and the solar panels themselves are actually pretty nifty. Anything at the 1000 and above, I would say go with Pecron. They are, review you in EcoFlow. They're dynamite, but they're extremely overpriced. That's why I tell people to go to the Pecron. Pecron makes monster solar generators that are probably 80% the price of the high-end stuff, and they work just fine. Let's see. Not sure what that was about, but I'll just go ahead and change your screen for you. That way we don't want to trigger anybody. All right, so we're coming up on the 1 hour mark, and you guys know I only do this for 1 hour every single morning. What will that one power? Like I said, that one powers my my portable refrigerator, and it, like I said, it ran to my portable refrigerator no problems for 36 hours. And that only took the battery down to 26%. What's with the solar panel? The solar panel name again? I don't know about. Okay, so Pecron is another company. Okay, listen, guys. I know you're getting confused, but regardless of the Patriot solar generator, I don't really know a lot about it, but I know that a lot of these things are. A lot of the technology is very similar, but if you're not willing to put like a company name on it, then that means that you've bought the technology for somebody else. It's being made in China, and a lot of these are. I think Pecron is made out of possibly out of Taiwan. Okay, but the reality is that the battery world has become very, very advanced with the lithium ions and I think the LiO4s now. I think they're called. They're really good batteries, and after that, it's all about bringing the power into the battery itself. And that's where the money is spent. You know what I'm saying? Here's what I will tell you. If you go to the link in my bio, there is there's a space for, or there's a tab for things that I support, products that I support. There's a Jackery one, and there is a Pecron one. Like I said, price-wise, the 1000s and above, definitely go with the Pecrons. They are better devices. They kick out more power. They're just not as finicky as some of these other ones are, and they're only about 80% the cost if you do a cost comparison. So let's see, and then for the little ones, I tell people to use the Jackeries because they are an industry standard, whether we like it or not. You know, yeah, no problem, J Bean. Make sure you guys come on over to my YouTube channel as well because I show a lot more things there. There's like that's TikTok and that's my YouTube up there. It is what it is. We do this every day, Monday through Friday. Also, if you are not part of the Patreon, then you really need to get your asses in there because this is the kind of stuff that we do every single day in the Patreon. Yeah, $3. It's less than a cup of Starbucks coffee for 30 days worth of work out of me. And you guys get to interact with me every single day. All right, guys, it's rolling up there on that 11 o'clock hour. I got stuff to do. All right, guys, YouTube guys, appreciate you. Love you guys. You're the ones that brought me here. So, all right, until the next time, stay safe. Have a great day, and I'll see you when I see you, guys. And get your asses in I can't say it enough. Get your asses in the Patreon. All right, love you guys. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye. I'm going to push some buttons, and some stuff's going to get turned off now. I'm going to try to push some buttons right now. Thanks for watching, and I hope you decide to support the page. If you like what I'm doing, go ahead and hit the link below. If it didn't take you directly to it, you can just hit the support page. That's what it should look like.
All you have to do is either hit the Patreon symbol or the join button. Doesn't matter. Just hit it and that'll get you started. It's $3 a month for 30-ish days of work from me. The price of a Starbucks coffee. So until the next time, stay safe, have a great day, and I'll see you when I see you. Bye-bye.